Hi everyone, welcome back to the second episode of this painting. I've lost some of the video footages of the background, so we are going to continue from here. For a good landscape painting, you can split it as a three area. One is background, another one is midground, another one is foreground. In this video, we are going to concentrate on the background and midground. So I'm just blocking the areas with a mixture of ultramarine blue, vermilion hue and burnt sienna. I'm adding a little more lemon yellow for some lighter values. So simplifying shapes is really important for a better understanding. If you can simplify your shapes, if you can simplify your values, you can simplify your painting. Once you simplify, at last you can, when you're doing detailing, you can give the result what you want, right? I'm just using four values for this greenery. One is lighter one, medium one, darker one, and extra darker one. So by using four values, I'm just coloring these greeneries. Our light is coming from the left to right, towards the left to right. So I'm just using the right perspective uh, and I'm using the right value to color those greeneries. Next, I'm gonna add little more lighter values in the green areas. Here, you can easily see lighter version and a medium version and little more darker version and little more extra darker version. By varying the values, you can push your things front and back. That's really important. In this tree also, light medium version I've done. This is the lighter version and one darker version I'm going to add, so easily you can see the things coming front and back. So this is what creating a 3D form, right? Adding much more detailing in the trees. Next I'm gonna flatten up the areas of the water. Though you can see the reflection of the trees, I'm just blocking these areas. Once you block these areas, at last when you're doing detailing, you can color the reflections, right? Here you can see in the background and the midground, I've almost completed the colorings. Adding a little more greeneries in the foreground area to push it back. So I'm just trying to push the midground and background a little back, adding little more color in those areas to give certain kind of an interest in our painting. Mm, Here in the foreground areas, I'm just concentrating. I'm just giving the variety of values. The more you do detailing in the foreground, your background and midground will go far. So when you're in your painting, you should have to do detailing in your foreground. That's really important. Uh, you made mistake, that's okay. You just go on. Here in this one, I'm just adding the lighter values of that foreground. I'm adding the shadows. The light is coming from the left to right. So it depends on the light source. I'm just adding those values. You just enjoy your painting. That's what important. If you're not enjoying your painting won't be nice. So go just if you don't know the basics, that's okay. You just enjoy the moment. Easily you can understand your concept. So easily you can learn anything. You don't need a teacher for everything. And for this one, I'm just mixing the white, I mean titanium white, lemon yellow, burnt sienna, and little bit of vermilion hue to color these areas. This is a flat area. This fort is in the background, so I'm just using the same color, the single color, to color all these areas. You don't have to worry about the detailing part. Once you completed the foreground areas, at last you can do the detailing in the little more detailing in the background. If you are doing too much of detailing in your background, it will come forward, so it won't be nice. So using the single color, using the same color, it's like a pale color, right? Using the same color, I'm just coloring those areas. It's like an Brindavan architecture. I've just designed like that. Uh, Not too much of planning. Just go on with your ideas, then your painting will be good. The same thing in the greeneries in the background also. Adding a flattened color of pale green. Because of the atmospheric perspective, your painting will be little lighter in the background. Your colors, not a painting, your colors will be lighter in the background. Adding little more pale colors in the background areas to give a certain kind of an beauty in the painting to push it back. And for the guiding lines, next one is we are going to paint the flower girl. She is welcoming them with throwing flower. She is wearing a sari. It's an Indian costume. Uh, Ladies used to wear like this kind of a costume in the ancient days. Here you can see she is throwing the flowers. She is welcoming them by throwing the flower. Later, I'm going to color the flowers. I'm going to draw the flowers also. At the final process, we are going to color. I'm adding a little more yellows. In this painting, we don't have a sun, so I'm just representing this lady as a sun. So for that is the reason I covered with the yellow sari, right? Adding little more colors in her head to give little bit of interest. Next, her ornaments. It's a bangle, um, earring, and, and one more ornament. I don't know what is that. So adding details for the thing. Next, for this shape, you can easily convey it is an ancient painting. Nowadays, we are not using these kind of shape. We are using, but in ancient days, they used to, most probably the people used to use this kind of a pot. And for the arch, I'm not doing details. I'm just only blocking the colors. Once you block your colors, you will get an idea. If you get an idea, you can simplify it. Once you simplify it, you can easily complete your painting. You're adding little more values in the arch areas. Next, I'm gonna do the lighting in the mid-ground mountains. Here you can see I'm just with the same mixture, I'm just adding a little bit of white, burnt sienna, lemon yellow, white, titanium white, little bit of vermilion hue. So once I colored, I felt that it was too light. So with a mixture of a little bit of ultramarine blue and crimson lake, I've just covered a transparent layer to make it dull. Now it's okay. Yet we have to add so many details in that one. At last we can add those details, right? Almost we covered the background and the midground areas with the right value. Next, I'm going to push the background much far by glazing the painting. Glazing is a kind of a technique, applying a transparent layer using a 50% of water and a 50% of color. So here you can see the mountains gone too far. So I'm using the glazing technique for this one. Adding little more details in the mountains, not always try to give a 2 dimension in the background and 3 dimension in the foreground. So it will create an interest in your painting, right? Next, I'm gonna add the color for the umbrella, uh, adding a little bit of a cadmium yellow deep and a little bit of a burnt sienna. I've just created this color. You just enjoy what you're doing. That is what really important. No matter what or whether people are like it or not like it, you just go on. And I think we are come to the end of this video session. In this painting, we have completed the mountains and the rocks and the waterfalls and the foreground trees and sorry, foreground bushes and midground trees. So, and that's it. I'm adding little more 2 or 3 colors to give a contrast. If you're adding 2 or 3 contrasts, it will come forward. Thank you so much for watching. We'll see you in the next video. Take care. Bye. Take care. Bye. That's it. And I forgot to say one thing. Just live with that.